Whatever you've been going through, you've been keeping it close to your chest. You don't really share too much about yourself with people. You may have very few friends, but you're also not sharing with them what you're going through. Welcome to the Angelic Hotline, where divine messages are just a call away. Take a deep breath and prepare to receive this activation. Hello, Divine Collective. We're back with another reading. Maybe I should start introducing myself. I'm Ashley. I'm the creator of Asha's Garden. This is the well, y'all are the Divine Collective, but this is the Angelic Hotline, where I provide you guys with channel messages. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Hope y'all are doing well. My week's been a little rough, but it's okay. I'm learning to push through it. I don't know, I'm being called to tell y'all this. Like, when you're in the process of trying to, what am I trying to say? So basically, when you're working on something, it's easy to do it when you're in high vibration and you're excited and you're just like in this inspiration mode, but it's really hard to maintain it and keep it up when you're in a low mode, when you're not feeling like it, when you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling low. And so I think that's where I've been at, and I've been like in this state of just up and down emotionally, and it's been hard for me to really want to come and do readings while I'm feeling that, and I've just been waiting to feel inspired. But even though I'm not at my best, my angels have told me that I need to go ahead and do what I need to do, because I actually have a reminder on my phone every night to do readings, and every time it came up I was just like, I'm not feeling it. But now I'm just like, I'm just gonna do it. So maybe that is for somebody. But I specifically wanted to what am I trying to tell y'all? I'm sorry, my brain's all over the place. So maybe your energy is very scattery. Maybe you have been a hard time processing life right now. I know a lot of us are just like going through it. It's the winter time, you know, the last part of this is the last stretch until, well, no, it's not the last stretch. I think spring's not till March, so we're really just getting into winter. So a lot of things are falling off for us, especially with this being, we're getting ready to go into the solar new year of the year of one starting over. So like everything that needs to be shed is falling off. So a lot of us are experiencing 211 on the timer, are experiencing a very intense purge. So yeah, it's a lot going on. But what I've been hearing for the past week in my mind is Golden by Huntrix. If you're not familiar with Huntrix, they're from K-pop Demon Hunter. And it's not because, you know, I enjoy the movie, but for some reason, the song keeps coming up and I can't remember the lyrics for some reason. Now I cannot remember them, but look that up. Maybe it'll come back to me. So I wanted to kind of tap into that energy and see like, what is the message surrounding Golden? Because, oh, we're going up, up, up with our voices. Something to something, something. But it talks about like just finally stepping out into who you are, not hiding who you are. No more hiding, now be shining. Why comes born to be something, something. We're going up, up, up with our voices. I don't know, I just really love that song. But yeah, maybe that resonates, but let's get into the reading, y'all. All right, so. Also, I'm excited to show y'all my Golden Mantras deck. This specifically is by a Black creator named Destiny Taylor. It's an affirmation deck and guidebook that comes with it, but I can't wait to provide you guys with affirmations that align with this. But let's get into it, okay? Something about the energy is very mysterious. Like, I feel like I'm hearing quiet is kept. Like, whatever you've been going through, you've been keeping it close to your chest. You don't really share too much about yourself with people. You may have very few friends, but you're also not sharing with them what you're going through. I'm just hearing like, shh, keep it to yourself. I'm also feeling the energy of there's something coming up or something that you've been working on that you're excited and you want to share with people, but your spirit team has been telling you to just shh about it for a little bit until it's time to like make your debut. And I'm hearing like Cat's Eye debut their song, and I'm feeling that energy. And I'm also hearing the song Tell Your Friends Don't Like the Drama, and some you know it's karma, you're the only one that's calling. I don't know. Ooh, you keep on pushing my buttons, you do. Oh, gonna lose. You're just a Game Boy. I ain't trying to play, boy. I ain't thinking about you. Y'all, I'm sorry. My singing is a little rusty, but Game Boy by Cat's Eye may be significant. But yeah, something about you being very quiet and mysterious, being on hush about what you've been going through, being on hush about what you've been working on, because it's not time yet to share it with other people. You've been in a very vulnerable state, having to make a, it's like the energy is kind of like empty in a sense, like very numb, almost like, usually when I'm feeling the energy of like going through something heavy, the energy feels heavy, but this energy feels empty, almost like you've had enough. It's just like, I have nothing left to give. I'm empty. I'm surrendering. I've done so much to the point where I'm just like, I'm empty. The container is empty. And here, you're seeking redemption. You've gone through a lot. You've overcome a lot. You felt like your hands were tied. And you're to the point where you're like, there's nothing else that I can do. Like, universe, just, it's yours. You got it. You could do it. I don't care about it anymore. I don't want to work hard. I don't want to, it says, trouble in collaboration. So maybe it's something in relation to, I don't know, like, this is a very, like, hidden message. Like, I'm getting, God, why am I having a hard time, like, clarifying? Like, I feel the energy, I hear it, but it's very hard to interpret. Like, it's just very mysterious. And maybe this is your personality. Like, you're very to yourself, very quiet, very introverted. You don't talk to a lot of people. Maybe you don't have a lot of people around you, or maybe you are. Maybe you show a mask of being outgoing. Something about work drains you so much that by the time you get home, you don't even want to talk to anybody. You just want to go home, sit in the dark, close your blinds. Maybe you even have blackout curtains. I just see you putting the covers over your head, and you just want to sleep. You just want to sleep it off. Just want to sleep it off. I'm seeing clouds. A lot of clouded judgment. A lot of like just fogginess, and that's exactly what I'm feeling. Your brain, you're having a lot of brain fog, and it's not because you can't, well, yeah, because you can't think clearly. Whatever you've been going through has been clogging and clouding your judgment of your reality. Yawning may be significant, but yeah, you've been going through a lot of heartbreak, turmoil, whatever it is that you're have been experiencing, sadness, gloom, sorrow, clouded joy, emotional disappointments. So there's a lot of confusion, a lot of turmoil, a lot of nothingness, a lot of emptiness, a lot of numbness. That's exactly what this energy feels like. It's like you're just so numb. You're so numb to life right now. Life has been so overwhelming, and you felt like coming into the new year, this was going to be something exciting, something new, something fresh. You could start over, but you find yourself just hitting a wall. You want to start something new. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because I know y'all be tired of hearing this, and I'll be tired of saying it, but it's the truth. The new year does not start now. Yes, numerically, when it comes to the Gregorian calendar, the new year starts, but because we're in the middle of winter, it is not the time to start manifesting new things. You are still in an era of shedding and releasing. So imagine trying to start something new when, like, it's time to let go of stuff. You can't bring things in until you're finished. Like, I just see, like, the butterfly chrysalis, while it's, doing its thing before it spreads its wings, it can't do it prematurely. It's not even fully developed yet. So the actual new year doesn't start until spring within the March season, where things are blooming. So you've shed everything, and now when you think of a butterfly, they're finally shed everything, they've developed, and now they're spreading their wings. You're blooming. Thinking about spring, it's blossoming flowers, butterflies in particular, the sun, everything is just rebirthing. So you're in a period of rebirth, so you can't expect things to transform in the way that you want them to when you're in a period of shedding. So I feel like a lot of that gloominess is resistance to change, resistance to transformation. I'm feeling it heavy in my heart, like you have a lot of anxiety about what's going on, but I think you need a perspective shift. And I'm hearing like a divine prescription, and my left ear is ringing. But I feel like the prescription to the answer of what you need is a perspective shift. And I want to be very cautious, or that's not the word I'm looking for, but I'm going to be empathetic when I say that, because I don't want you to think that just because you're going through something it doesn't matter, and that I just need to change my perspective. Because I feel like you're like, yeah, whatever, I hear it all the time, like what is that going to do for me? Like almost like you're to the point where you're just very narrow-minded or closed-minded to looking at things differently, and you're just like, I don't want to hear anything else, I just want things to change. And me saying all you need to just do is shift your perspective kind of minimizes your experience. No, your experience is very valid. What you've been through, what you've gone through is not easy. It has been even traumatic on levels. Me saying you need to shift your perspective is just a lot of times when we go through certain situations on a reoccurring basis, we have no way of viewing things other than from that lens of trauma. But at some point we have to be ready to change our perspective. You put so much energy into thinking negatively or pessimistically about something, and that's valid because of your experiences, but why not try to put that energy into 11:11 on the timer, that energy into actually trying to view life from a different lens? Why not believe that there could be better? Why not have strength to do what is necessary to get through it? Yes, I know you've been hurt, I know there's been a lot going on, but you have to allow yourself to become the Queen of Cups. And I feel like water is significant. Femininity, compassion, kindness, empathy, supportive, counseling, therapy. She's very vulnerable. She's a woman. She's rested in her femininity. To be feminine is to surrender, to rest, to allow yourself to receive the downloads that Spirit has for you, to receive the help. The way that you shift your perspective is to allow life to give you what you need. Allow the universe to provide you with what you need. I want to get some more clarity on it, specifically about what your situation is. So angels, please help me clarify what their specific situation is so that I can speak to it directly on any wisdom that you have for them. I'm hearing trickster spirit. Instantly, I saw the magician card in reverse, which represents trickery and deception. And actually, I feel like, there's a lot you need to leave behind. So I'm going to show you this first. Like we said, there's a lot you need to leave behind. Going into the spring season, you're shedding stuff that doesn't belong to you. You're leaving it all behind. Think of this person rowing as your higher self, or the universe, or your guides, whoever you work with. And this is you. Let them lead you to where you need to go. Like you said, you're in a state of numbness and surrender, but I want you to start practicing, instead of trying to fight yourself. I just see like windmills, just fighting windmills. You're trying to fight, but you're not hitting anything because you can't see. So a lot of times our spirit team has foresight to see what we cannot see. Allow them to do the work for you before you, instead of trying to do everything, allow them to do it. Let it be your natural way of being, that when there is an issue, you pray about it, you provide, you ask for guidance from your spirit team without you trying to figure it all out, because you can't figure everything out. They can see what we can't see. There's strength in asking for help. There's strength in just being honest with yourself. You're like, you know what, I ain't got it. I ain't got it today, but you got it. You know what I'm saying? Allowing them to take care of it. And the deception is you're allowing yourself to be deceived by thinking that you can do it all by yourself. You can't be all bad by yourself. There's no way you could be all bad by yourself. You can't. No one can. Humans can't. You can't do everything by yourself. We are communal beings, okay? We are communal beings. Community is significant and needed. It makes me think about how, I don't know where I heard this from, but how they talk about how, like, there's a lot coming through, but like humans need to have community. I don't know why I'm going off talking about this. Maybe it's significant. Have to have 1433 on the timer. Have to have a sense of community to evolve. When you are in a state of loneliness or hyper independence, you're the strong friend. You focus on yourself. And so people may be feeding off your energy, but you're not asking for anything in return. So I'm thinking about, like, if a child or an infant is being raised in a community, being raised with love, that helps them become a well-rounded being. They're able to be more sufficient and connect with people versus a human that may be neglected and has no type of interaction with anybody or any communal things, and it could stunt their development. Can't remember where I saw this at, so don't ask me for the research of where I found it. But it also makes me think about this video that I saw on YouTube, it was years ago, about this boy who was raised by dogs or something like that. I don't know if it was real, but somebody found him and he was walking on all fours because he was raised by stray dogs. But it made me just think about, like, the community aspect of no matter who you're connected to, you're still going to become, I hope this makes sense. For me, it was all over the place. You're still going to become something when you have that impact of community. I don't know why I made that reference, 15:55 on the timer. Maybe that's significant for somebody. A boy being raised by dogs or raised by wolves or something like that. But the Lover's card, for me, in this reading, it represents not only love in a romantic sense, but love of community, of connection. Okay, now it's making sense. So the Three of Cups in reverse, Three of Cups upright usually represents harmony, but upside down represents that there is been some type of, like, disruption, betrayal, deception. Like, there's something about why you're not trusting. Hold on, y'all. Angels, please make this clear. So I feel like you've had a lot of issues when it comes to building community and connecting with people. And specifically, it could be in the romantic aspect, but I feel like I'm hearing, like, friendship breakups are worse than regular breakups. Something about when losing a best friend, whether it be loss of their life or loss of them from your life or separating from them for whatever reason, feels like it hurts more deeper than a romantic love. And I feel like that's because when you have friendships that have lasted long, decades, from childhood on up to adulthood, or you build those connections where you feel like it's a sisterly, brotherly bond, those are more intimate than the lover, because I feel like you cycle through relationships pretty often that you're just used to going through the phase of breaking up with somebody, healing yourself. Maybe you can even heal faster because you're just so used to it, 17:49 on the clock, that you can just bounce back from romantic relationships. But because you're so used to being single majority of the time in between relationships, you've leaned on your friendships the most. You've leaned on those that have been there for you. But something along the way, there was a lot of deception and betrayal within that friendship or those friendships that caused you not to, 1811 on the timer, that caused you to, to go within yourself, to kind of like close yourself up. I see you like in a clam, like to retreat and to be close to yourself, to feel like you can't trust anybody, to feel like you don't know what to do. Even the people that you used to lean on, you can't. You feel like there's no one around you to lean on. But I'm seeing actually your ancestors, your angels, whoever you're asking or you've been praying to about your situation is going to send you someone, send you people in particular that are going to be there for you to provide you with the support that you need. We got the King of Pentacles. We got the Ten of Cups, celebration. wealth and friendship and relationships, celebration, people that are going to celebrate you, that are going to love on you, that are going to support you in the way that you need to. But before you could do that, you have to love on yourself. And that's being honest with yourself. Telling yourself the honest truth about your situation, no longer being the victim, having accountability, owning in what parts you showed up in which have contributed to you possibly being in these situations. What roles did you play, even in these relationships that didn't work out? How could you have shown up better? Maybe that looks like going to therapy. Maybe that looks like having certain conversations with people, so that way you can be honest about it. Have a conversation with yourself first, because when you treat yourself better, you can treat those around you better and attract those. Not saying it was your fault, but I feel like it's something about you may not have treated people in the way that you're used to because of the situations that you normally do, because of the situations that you've been through. Or maybe you did not treat people in the best way, and you know that, but you don't want to. I see like you're biting your tongue. You don't want to say anything about it because that'll make you seem like the bad guy. Like you've been the strong for so long, and I feel like you just had the weight of life on your shoulders, and this specific friend or these friends or friend group always come to you for something, and the one time you need something, they can't be there for you, but you took it personal when it wasn't meant to be personal. It's almost like I'm feeling like when you're the strong friend, you have a sense of something about you is hyper independent to the point where you don't want to ask nobody for help. And it's not because someone told you that you couldn't ask for help. It's because of the trends, the common trends in your life has shown you that you feel like you cannot trust anyone because of your past. And so you take it on yourself. Although your friends don't know that, that's the burden that you carry for yourself. So when you ask them for help and they say they can't help you, it's not because they don't love you or because they don't want to. It's because they just can't help you, or they don't have the capacity, and they're being honest with you. But you kind of take it as like a dig or an attack of, oh, they don't love me. Oh, they don't care about me. They really don't want to fuck with me like that because of your past situations, and you were triggered and you reacted in a way that may have hurted them or caused a rift in the relationship. And so I feel like there's been an act. I hope this resonates because this is very clear now. There was action that was taken out of bitterness, out of hurt and pain, and I think you went too far to the point where you're hiding out. And I think there's a situation that needs to be rectified or can be rectified with open, honest truth, even if 22:01 on the timer, even if you all don't remain connected or in a relationship or friends after that. At least you could say, I've spoken my piece, I've said it, I was honest about it, and wherever the chips may fall is where it falls. And I think this is where this numbness is coming from, is you're just tired. And I'm seeing the Chariot card. Things will come into balance for you. You just have to take action. First, be honest with yourself about your situation before you can be honest with others. Angels, is there any more messages that you want to share? Because I feel like this is coming to an end. No, this is it. So yeah, there's a sense of grief. There's a sense of loss that you're experiencing right now. Loss of self. I think you never really dealt with the issues from the past, and it's been showing up in your relationship, and you carry a lot of shame around it, and you've been grieving about the person you once used to be, the relationships that you once had. You're grieving because you lost this friendship. I keep hearing friendship. Maybe sisterly, motherly. Maybe this person is older than you to the point where you look up to them like a mentor. You reacted out of character. You reacted in a way that it's not true to you, and you feel really shameful about it. But I think by apologizing and being honest, and I'm seeing like you're having a kumbaya moment, hugging, crying, like it's something that needs to be said, that they'll understand you more than you think, more than you understand yourself, almost like a mirror. When we're in connection with people in our lives, they are always reflections of who we are. And a lot of times when they show us things about ourselves and pull out insecurities, not intentionally, but bringing up things that you have done that have hurt them, only reflect back what you need to see about yourself, and it may trigger something in you. So when you sit with yourself and you really dig in deep to your shadows there's nothing that no one can tell you about you, because you know that about yourself. And that comes with being honest and accountable, and not being a victim. And so when you stand 10 toes down in your shit, you won't be offended when people come to you with things that bother them that you have done or about you. And not saying that you should always be in attack mode or feel like you're being attacked, or always be on edge, or approach the situation like, can't nobody tell me about me. But it's more so when you walk in the fullness of who you are, the light and the dark, the shadow side of yourself, you can be more confident and accountable. When people bring it to you, you already have that awareness about yourself, and you can speak openly and honestly and vulnerably about where you're coming from, and be open to receive. I'm just seeing like your heart opening, but it's like, and it's like butterfly wings. And butterflies are flying out, but I'm seeing like you could be more open and receptive to learning and growing, because you're confident about all aspects of yourself and you want to grow and become better, which puts you in a position of the Queen of Pentacles: nurturing, healer, practical, provider, organized, social conscious. But the thing about the Queen of Pentacles is she knows who she is. She's not ashamed of who she is. Pentacle represents like prosperity, currency, energy, like to be in a state of, I'm sorry y'all, I'm not giving y'all that energy today, but let me close this reading out. I'm sorry. But being in a state of receptivity, being in a state of flow, not only receptivity financially, but receptive from receiving feedback from those that we love. Being in a state of flow, willing to change, willing to grow, understanding that growth is not flat, it is up and down. It's not only an incline. Like, things are constantly going to be changing and growing. And when you have people in your corner that could be honest with you and open about it with you, it allows you to become a better person. All right, so let's close this out with an affirmation. I love this. My intuition is my greatest guide. It speaks clearly and moves me into action. I don't know if this is backwards, but if it's not, feel free to take a screenshot. But your intuition is your greatest guide. When you are 100% sure of yourself and confident, allowing yourself to be open and honest about who you are, that intuition is going to be on point. Okay? So, I hope y'all receive this message. This is a little all over the place for me. I was even confused about it, but I was like, let me just get this out here. Time to come out of hermit mode and really start being accountable and looking at your shit. I love y'all so much. I hope that if you are in the cold weather and you're getting snow, that you are staying safe, you're getting your food, you're not freaking out like the rest of these people. Also, if you want to continue to connect with the community of Divine Collective, you can head over to my patreon.com/Asha's Garden. Also, if you need any more in-depth readings, you can head to the link down below. And I'll see y'all in the next reading.